Ever wondered what really happens when talent meets prejudice? Picture this: a well-known British music producer walking down a busy street in Manila, earbuds in, casual and cool, scanning the crowd as if hunting for inspiration. He spots a woman with a humble guitar plugged into a small amp, a voice raw with emotion, singing her heart out to passersby who barely spare a glance. He stops, smirks, and laughs, not because the music lacks quality, but because it doesn't fit his expectation of what professional talent should sound like. That single moment, caught on camera, sparked an online firestorm that would challenge assumptions about talent, respect, and the universal language of music itself. At first glance, this is another street performance video, one of thousands uploaded to YouTube every day. But what made this clip go viral is the reaction of the British producer. His scoff, a shrug, and the way he turned his head as if to dismiss the singer as just another street busker. In a world where established industry figures are often portrayed as gatekeepers, this moment captured something raw and real. It stirred emotions, ignited debates, and eventually flipped expectations on their head. The singer in the video was not some polished pop star testing new material. She was an everyday performer, someone trying to make a living with her voice on the bustling streets of Manila. Filipino culture has a long and proud tradition of music in public spaces. Karaoke blaring from open-air bars, singers performing in jeepneys, and countless artists turning sidewalks into stages. For many in the Philippines, singing isn't just entertainment, it's a way of expressing identity, joy, loss, and hope. When the producer first laughed, millions watching felt uncomfortable because they recognized something deeper. A moment of judgment based on appearance, locale, and preconceived notions of what good music should look like. The crowd around the singer continued walking, their faces buried in their phones or lost in their own worlds, unaware that they were witnessing something that would spread across screens globally. But then, something shifted. The singer, unfazed by the dismissive look of the producer, continued singing. Her voice had a richness and emotional depth that can only come from lived experience. Every note soaked with feeling, every vibration telling a story that studio perfection could never replicate. There was a moment when the smirk on the producer's face faded, replaced first by curiosity, then by surprise, and finally by something eerily close to awe. What happened next is what made the video unforgettable. The producer stopped walking, not just a pause, but a complete halt. As her voice soared into a powerful crescendo, he removed his earbuds and turned to face her. There was a stillness, a break in the rhythm of the street, as if time itself paused to let that voice fill the space. The laughter was gone. What remained was raw surprise and eventually respect. People watching the video online replayed this moment again and again. Comments streamed in from viewers around the world, many saying they felt moved to tears just watching his expression change. Some spoke about how often they themselves had judged others too quickly, only to be proven wrong when given the chance to really listen. Others defended the producer, claiming first impressions matter, but even many of his defenders later admitted that the singer's talent was undeniable. This wasn't just a feel-good story about a producer changing his mind. It became part of a larger conversation about how talent is discovered and recognized in the digital age. In the Philippines, street singers and performers have long been a staple of urban life. Their performances are spontaneous, unfiltered, and rooted in the everyday triumphs and struggles of ordinary people. Some of the country's most famous artists, like Zendi, the random girl who wowed SM Megamall crowds and later became a major recording artist, got their break because someone stopped and listened. The raw authenticity of street performance often reveals something that polished productions sometimes miss: vulnerability. When a singer stands without a backing track, surrounded by traffic noise and indifferent foot traffic, every note must resonate on its own. That vulnerability, that willingness to sing despite everything around you, carries weight. It isn't easy. It takes courage. It is this courage that eventually cracked through the producer's initial skepticism. Viewers from across continents weighed in on social media, many drawing parallels between this moment and stories they knew of street performers who had been discovered and launched into stardom. These moments speak to something universal, the idea that talent exists everywhere, not just in polished theaters or exclusive studios, but also on sidewalks and street corners. When someone dares to share their gift openly, there's a raw honesty to it that can resonate more deeply than any studio session. As the video continued to spread, it became clear that viewers weren't just fascinated by the singer's voice, they were captivated by the producer's transformation. From skepticism to silent admiration, his journey mirrored the journey many of us go through when confronted with something that defies our expectations. The moment he stopped laughing was also a moment of self-reflection, unspoken but vividly felt by millions watching. There were critics who argued that the producer's initial reaction was rude, unnecessary, or even disrespectful. But another group pointed out that this moment showed growth. Realizing a mistake and correcting course isn't a weakness, it's a strength. In a world where first impressions are often judged in microseconds, taking a moment to truly listen and reassess is something rare and important. The video served as a reminder that none of us are immune to snap judgments, and that humility can arrive in the most unexpected ways. Online commentators also highlighted how the singer handled the moment with grace. She didn't stop singing when she noticed the laughter. She didn't show irritation or anger. She simply kept doing what she came there to do: share her gift. There is a lesson in that. Persistence in the face of judgment can sometimes lead to the breakthrough moment you never saw coming. And when that breakthrough happens, it isn't just about talent, it's about resilience. Some viewers shared their own stories of singing on streets, performing for tips, or even just singing alone while walking, and how many had experienced dismissal or ridicule. Yet the overwhelming response wasn't bitterness. It was a recognition that humanity often reveals its best side when we learn to listen more deeply, especially to voices we might otherwise overlook. For the British producer, this moment became a turning point. After the initial moment in the video, he can be seen walking up to the singer, asking her name, and even complimenting her performance. That brief exchange, captured by a passerby's camera, transformed what could have been just another street ambush into a shared human moment that resonated globally. Videos like this one do more than entertain. They spark conversations about art, perception, and respect. They remind viewers that talent is everywhere, and that sometimes all it takes is a pause, a moment of listening to discover something extraordinary. The producer's shift from a derisive laugh to respectful silence was not just a reaction, it was a lesson that spread across millions of screens. By the time viewers reached the end of the video, the comment section was filled with messages of encouragement for the singer, applause for her bravery, and reflections on how we often underestimate people based on surface impressions. Some even shared how the video inspired them to give their own dreams another chance, to keep singing, painting, writing, or whatever it is that makes them feel alive. In the end, what started as a fleeting moment of laughter became something far bigger, a reminder that behind every voice on the street is a story, a history, a lifetime of experiences that can't be judged in seconds. The British producer walked away that day with more than a clip to post online. He walked away with a reminder that music is a universal language, one that doesn't belong to any single market, studio, or label. It belongs to anyone brave enough to sing. And for those watching, it became a shared moment of rediscovery, a reminder that talent can emerge from unexpected places, that humility still matters, and that sometimes the most unforgettable performances happen not under bright lights, but on ordinary streets where real life plays out, note by beautiful note.